Imagine living in a world where you could only get what you wanted by finding someone who happened to want exactly what you had to offer. This is how life worked for early societies. They relied on barter, the simple exchange of goods and services. You might trade your apples for someone's bread, or your handmade basket for a pair of shoes. But there was a problem lurking beneath these exchanges. It was called the double coincidence of wants. This means both people had to want what the other had at the same time. If you needed bread but only had apples, you had to find someone who not only had bread but also wanted apples. Picture this scenario. You grow apples, but the baker wants eggs, not apples. You're stuck. You either search for a new trade partner or try to find someone who has eggs and wants apples, just to trade first, then approach the baker. As you can imagine, things got complicated quickly. Barter worked in small groups with limited choices. But as societies grew and needs became more varied, trading directly became inefficient. The simple requirement that two people's desires match exactly made trading slow, unpredictable, and often impossible. That's when money entered the picture. Money became a universal medium. You could sell your apples for money and then use that money to buy bread, even if the baker wasn't interested in apples. The double coincidence of wants was no longer needed. Money acted as a bridge, connecting everyone's needs and wants smoothly. With money, exchanges happened faster, were more convenient, and allowed communities to grow and prosper. It didn't matter what you had to offer. As long as you had money, you could get what you needed. So, the shift from barter to money wasn't just about convenience. It was about finding a common language for trade. By replacing complicated exchanges with a single, efficient system, societies unlocked greater possibilities for cooperation and progress.
Imagine a time before coins, banks, or printed bills. How did people buy and sell things? The answer might surprise you. Almost anything valuable could become money. Long ago, salt was more precious than you might think. People used salt to preserve food, so it was traded across great distances and even paid as wages. But salt can be found or produced in many places. Over time, supply could increase, making salt less special and less reliable as a form of money. Then came shells. In many cultures, shells were beautiful, hard to find, and easy to carry. People traded them for goods or services, and some societies even called them their official money. However, as trade routes grew, shells became easier to collect. Suddenly, too many shells made their way into circulation, and their value dropped. Even animals were used as money. Imagine paying for a house with a flock of sheep. Livestock had value. They could provide food, clothing, and even labor. But sheep and cows are hard to divide, difficult to move, and can get sick or die. This made livestock an unreliable way to store and trade wealth. At last, people discovered metals like copper, silver, and gold. Metals could be melted down into coins with a fixed weight, making them easy to carry and count. But not every metal was rare. Over time, as technology improved, more metals could be mined and produced, sometimes distorting their value. Forgery and counterfeit coins also became challenges. What do salt, shells, livestock, and metals have in common? They were all important steps in the story of money, but each had problems that made them imperfect. They could lose value, spoil, or be easily copied. People kept searching for a kind of money that was trusted, durable, and stable over time. Every experiment brought us closer to the reliable money we know today. Understanding these early forms helps us appreciate how far we've come and why money is more than just what we carry in our pockets.
Imagine a world where buying an ice cream could mean trading fish, apples, or even stones. It would be messy and confusing. That's why humans invented money, a tool to exchange value simply and fairly. But what makes something good money? Let's break it down into 5 key properties, using some everyday examples. First, durability. Good money lasts over time. Think of a metal coin. It can get wet or dropped, but stays almost unchanged for years. Now compare that to an apple. Leave it out, and it will rot. That's why apples don't work well as money, but coins do, they endure. Second, divisibility. Imagine buying chewing gum with a gold bar. You'd need to break it into tiny, equal pieces. Good money can be divided into smaller parts without losing value. Coins and paper bills come in different amounts, and digital money does this perfectly. You can send even a few cents, exactly. Third, portability. Money should be easy to carry. It's tough to lug sacks of rice or herds of cows when you're shopping. But a wallet full of bills, a few coins, or a tap on your phone. Portable, convenient, ready for any moment. Fourth, scarcity. If everyone could print their own money at home, it would quickly become worthless. Good money is limited and not easy to copy. That's why rare metals like gold or carefully controlled digital currencies have value. They stay special because they can't be made at will. Fifth, recognizability. Even a child can recognize a dollar bill or a quarter. Good money is easy to identify and hard to fake. Distinct designs, colors, and security features help everyone trust what they're receiving. Durability, divisibility, portability, scarcity, and recognizability. All these qualities are what keep money working for us every day. Next time you hold a coin, a bill, or even check your phone balance, just remember, it's not just a piece of paper or a number, but a powerful tool shaped by centuries of human experience.
What makes gold so special? Why has this shimmering metal been trusted as money for thousands of years, outlasting empires and currencies alike? The answer lies in gold's physical properties, a unique combination that sets it apart as the ideal medium of exchange. Let's begin with durability. Imagine trying to store value in something that crumbles, rusts, or tarnishes over time. Gold resists all of this. It doesn't rot like wood, rust like iron, or corrode like copper. You can bury a gold coin underground and dig it up centuries later. Its luster and weight unchanged. This durability ensures that gold can serve as a reliable store of value, surviving wars, disasters, and the passage of time. Closely tied to durability is gold's resistance to corrosion. Most metals react with air, water, or acids. Silver, for example, tarnishes over time, developing a dull black coating. But gold remains untouched, even in the harshest conditions. Its atomic structure simply refuses to combine with oxygen or moisture. This purity allows gold to retain its recognizable appearance and trusted value across generations and continents. Now consider divisibility. To be useful as money, something must be easily divided into smaller units without destroying its value. Imagine splitting a diamond into pieces. You lose most of its worth, but gold can be melted, poured, and shaped into coins, bars, or thin sheets. Each part, from the tiniest flake to the heaviest ingot, holds value in proportion to its mass. This makes gold uniquely practical for both small and large transactions, a simple yet powerful feature. Density is another quiet superpower. Gold is extraordinarily dense, almost twice as heavy as lead. This means a small piece can hold immense value, making it easy to store and transport large sums. Throughout history, merchants and travelers could carry great wealth in a handful of gold coins or jewelry, crossing borders and oceans with confidence that their wealth was condensed, recognizable, and secure. When we bring these qualities together, durability that withstands the centuries, a resistance to corrosion that keeps it untarnished, divisibility that facilitates commerce, and density that concentrates value, we see why gold has long been trusted as money. It's not just rare or beautiful. It's built by nature to last and to serve. So next time you see a gold coin or bar, remember, you're looking at more than a symbol of wealth. You're witnessing the remarkable outcome of physics and chemistry, a metal whose properties have shaped economies, united cultures, and earned the trust of generations.
Imagine holding something that, for thousands of years, has signified lasting value. Not because it glitters, but because its supply follows a strict, unhurried rhythm. Let's start at the heart of value: supply and demand. When something is hard to get, and stays hard to get, it tends to be valuable. If new supply can flood the market instantly, price and trust disappear. But if supply is slow, predictable, and nearly immune to sudden surges, value endures. Gold is forged in this rare balance. Unlike currency or industrial goods, gold's journey from deep underground to a coin or bar is remarkably challenging. Only about 1 to 2% is added to the world's gold stock each year. Mining requires substantial effort, time, and capital. The planet yields its gold reluctantly, in a predictable rhythm. No shortcuts, no printing presses, no surprise windfalls. This slow, steady pace means the market is rarely shaken by unexpected gluts. Now, let's compare gold with fiat money. Governments can print new bills at will, increasing supply in minutes. When money grows too fast, prices rise and purchasing power weakens. This is inflation. What once seemed secure can lose value almost overnight. Gold, constrained by geology and limited extraction, resists this risk. Consider other materials, like industrial metals or agricultural goods. Technology or weather can double their supply within a year, resulting in sharp price drops and unpredictable values. The same cannot be said for gold. Its scarcity isn't artificial. It's dictated by nature, and no innovation has disrupted its steady flow. Over centuries, this predictability has made gold a safe haven. Investors trust gold because they know supply will not suddenly swell and erode its worth. In a world where much can be created at the press of a button, gold's patient, measured supply is its greatest shield, and the secret behind its enduring value.
Imagine holding a piece of gold in your hand, cool, heavy, and shining, a symbol of wealth for thousands of years. But why does this metal, dug from the earth, have the power to buy bread, pay debts, or even secure a kingdom? The answer lies not just in gold's physical properties, but in something invisible yet profoundly powerful: social truth. Let's step back for a moment. Money is one of humanity's oldest inventions. Its job is simple: to help people exchange goods and services. In the beginning, people traded what they had for what they needed: wheat for wool, fish for firewood. But barter had limits. It's hard to find someone who has what you want, who also wants what you have. That's when a new idea emerged: the idea of money. Something everyone agreed to accept. Over centuries, gold became a universal choice. It doesn't rust, it's easy to divide, and it's rare enough to stay valuable. But these traits alone didn't make gold money. After all, a beautiful stone can be rare and lasting too. What truly set gold apart was a shared belief, a collective trust. People began to accept gold not just for its beauty or utility, but because they were confident others would also accept it. This is the real magic. Gold became money because of a silent agreement that stretched across societies and generations. If I take gold today, I believe someone else will value it tomorrow. Consider this. If you were stranded on a remote island with a chest of gold, but no one else cared about gold, its value would disappear instantly. Gold is money only because people trust that others will also call it money. This trust is a powerful social bond. It means you don't need to know every person who might accept your gold. There's a wider web of confidence linking you to millions of others. This collective belief gives gold its enduring role as money, anchoring societies in moments of calm and crisis alike. Through history, governments have stamped gold coins, merchants have weighed nuggets, and traders have carried gold across continents, all because of the same shared trust. Even today, as our money becomes more digital and abstract, the idea that value depends on social agreement remains at the heart of every transaction. In the end, gold's real strength isn't just in its shine or its scarcity, but in the connections between people, their trust, and their willingness to believe together. The next time you see gold, remember, its value is a story we tell and a promise we keep, as long as we trust each other to do the same.
For over 5,000 years, gold has been more than metal. It's been a symbol, a prize, and a cornerstone of civilization. Its allure both universal and enduring. In the heart of ancient Egypt, gold shimmered with more than just beauty. No metal was more sacred or mysterious. To the Egyptians, gold was the skin of the gods, incorruptible, eternal, and divine. Pharaohs adorned themselves with golden crowns and jewelry, not only to display power, but to channel the sun god Ra, whose presence gold was thought to embody. Temples gleamed with golden altars. Burial masks and sarcophagi promised the elite an afterlife worthy of kings. Here, gold transcended wealth. It was the spiritual thread tying earth to heaven. Centuries later in ancient Rome, gold's meaning shifted. The empire thrived on trade and conquest, transforming gold into the lifeblood of its economy. Gold coins, such as the aureus, became the trusted currency that fueled armies, built cities, and paid tribute to distant provinces. Gold now anchored political authority and held empires together. Its glitter measured Rome's might. Yet even here, its scarcity and allure meant it remained a tool of the powerful, a resource both prized and protected. Fast forward to the modern era. Gold steps onto the world stage as the foundation of international finance. In the 19th and 20th centuries, gold-backed currencies fostered global trade, as nations pegged their money to a set amount of gold. The gold standard brought stability and trust, with reserves held in secure vaults, symbolizing a promise governments could not easily break. Today, while most currencies float freely, central banks still hold vast gold reserves. Why? Because gold remains, even now, the ultimate hedge in times of crisis, a universal store of value when trust in paper money fades. It bridges centuries, representing security, wealth, and confidence. From sacred idol and imperial coin to economic anchor, gold's meaning has evolved, but its significance endures. It remains woven into our rituals, economies, and imaginations, a reminder of how the treasures of the past still shape our world today.